Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. William Ruto has made through his threat of signing the housing levy. This is the act that was shot down by the courts, which termed the whole process as unconstitutional. So, in a very long statement from Omtatah, who told William Ruto that if he goes on to sign into law that bill, then he's going to take it to court again. So William Ruto, in information that has been shared through some news portals, I was going through the Star news portal, and I came across information telling us that, or news telling us that Ruto has signed this controversial bill again into law, meaning end of the month, Kenyans or citizens who are salaried will start being deducted 1.5%. And I think I didn't get the other side, whether the employer is also going to be deducted 1.5 or this time round it's only the employee, because the initial arrangement was that 1.5 the employer, 1.5 the employee. But according to the court's verdict, it pronounced this whole thing as being discriminatory because only the salaried people are being deducted. So according to OMTATA's statement, and I'm going to share that video where OMTATA is talking about this issue, he says that certain issues which the courts had pinpointed as faults in that act or the bill has not been addressed. Have not been addressed, because one of them is the discriminatory part. The courts wanted that if at all it's the deduction, then this be done to all Kenyans. But see, the initial ideology of William Ruto was that the salaried were to be deducted, and then the non-salaried were not to be deducted, or they were not to be subjected to that.
Speaker, sir, I'll begin by saying that the Kenya Kwanza side seems to have made unconstitutional promises to the people of Kenya. From what I've been saying, that they're promising this thing on their manifesto. Number two, I would like to inform them that I'm not part of the Azimio. There's a third side, I'm an independent voice. I'm not part of Azimio, so I did not have anything on affordable housing. Point number three, there was a decision of the court, and this bill has not addressed it at all. Questions of discrimination are still there. Questions of violating the Constitution are still there. And discrimination in the nature that there's a mandatory requirement on salaried employees to contribute, but a voluntary requirement on other people, or a voluntary opportunity for others to contribute.
So according to Omtatah, and I'm not going through the bill, but it talks about something voluntary to a certain section of Kenyans, but mandatory to a certain section of Kenyans. So mandatory to the salaried ones and voluntary to the non-salaried. So there was an argument that there are people who are employed, but their salary is little, but they still pay the 1.5. There are people who are not employed, but their revenue collection in a month, it's even 20 times of the person who is employed. So this is what the courts realize, that it is pretty discriminatory. So I want us to go through the threat that Omtatah unleashed during the Senate proceedings. And Omtatah said something that is very serious. And he talked about taking this bill back to the courts, and that William Ruto will face him in the courts again. So before we get further into the threat from Omtatah, or rather the move that Omtatah is going to take, I'd like to kindly request you to subscribe to this channel, like this video to enable this channel to grow, and to enable YouTube to share this video to other people not part of our audience. Those who supported us before, thank you so much for making this channel grow. So let's listen to what Omtatah had to say.
Andrew Omtatah, Senator Omtatah, proceed your contribution.
Mr. Speaker, sir, protect me from the
Honorable members. Senator Mundigi, resume your seat. Senator Kinyua, please resume your seat. Honorable members, Can the senator be heard in silence? Proceed, Senator Okoiti.
I've lost some time. Mr. Speaker, sir, I'll begin by saying that the Kenya Kwanza side seems to have made unconstitutional promises to the people of Kenya. From what I've been saying, that they're promising this thing on their manifesto. Number two, I would like to inform them that I'm not part of the Azimio. There's a third side, I'm an independent voice. I'm not part of Azimio, so I did not have anything on affordable housing. Point number three, there was a decision of the court, and this bill has not addressed it at all. Questions of discrimination are still there, questions of violating the Constitution are still there, and discrimination in the nature that there's a mandatory requirement on salaried employees to contribute, but a voluntary requirement on other people, or a voluntary opportunity for others to contribute. There's no universal application of the law. Also, the court clarified between policy and implementation, but looks like the National Assembly and the executive have taken upon themselves the implementation role, which is supposed to be vested in the counties. Number three, the Constitution requires access to housing. Affordable housing does not prescribe ownership of affordable housing. And all over the world, the state is always required to provide access, not...
Omtatah last year told William Samoei Ruto almost the same thing when he told him that in this finance bill of 2023-2024, the only thing I'm not in agreement with you is this housing levy. Kindly remove it. That is how it all started, this court battle. What preceded that statement was that the action to take this matter to court, and Omtatah did that. And he told William Ruto on his face. Ruto stood there, was there. I think it was a rally in Busia. And he told him on his face. And Ruto went to an extent of pleading with Omtatah not to derail his plan of the housing levy. But Omtatah did exactly what he said, and he was true to his words, and that is why he went to court. And you know the result of that court battle. The courts shot down that policy from Kenya Kwanza. So we'd like to address something, the concern, especially what happened over the weekend, because over the weekend, that is the time William Ruto said that he was going to sign into law this bill on Monday. When he talked about signing into law, those issues, there were various concerns that saw a lot of chaos, a lot of mayhem in the Rift Valley area. One cannot know whether that could have been the reason why such a reaction was experienced in Rift Valley, or such a reaction was a result of the governor's inability to deliver. We don't know about that. But I'm just thinking that maybe some of the things which the citizens were not agreeable with, this matter of deduction. Because if the Kenya Kwanza government decides to implement it according to the way the courts wanted it, then that means Kenyans, all Kenyans, will be subjected to this deduction. You see, the courts last month abolished this levy. So one of the selling points of William Ruto housing levy agenda has been that it's going to create jobs for people. It's going to create jobs for the unemployed, the people they call hustlers. That is one of the agenda. But take a look at this. You will give people, jobs. The same people will be deducted the 1.5%. That was the question, whether these people are going to be deducted or they're just going to enjoy the salary there at the expense of the other people who are working in the formal sectors. So Omtatah's latest statement to William Ruto is going to put a lot of challenge on William Samoei Ruto's agenda again. I think this is going to derail again, but it's for the good of the nation. That is what Omtatah is fighting for. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to rest my case here, but perhaps if you watch this video and you have not subscribed, please take 1 second and subscribe to this channel, give this video a like, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Until we catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.